welcome back to my channel. I'm Ginny May, and today I would love to talk to you about listening. You're thinking, wow, restaurants listening, how does this work? But you know what? Listening is one of the best services you can end up giving to your guest. In all my years in service, in the restaurant business, I've seen a lot of written complaints and also heard of a lot of complaints just verbally. And sometimes the number one reason that could have fixed this is if we were listening a little bit better. So today I would love to go through some tips and tricks about some good habits regarding listening. The first one is just become a good listener. People love to talk about themselves, and rarely do we find a really good listener. Actually, we're all out there trying to find someone that will listen to our stories and listen to what we have to say, but it's really hard to find someone that's out there like, oh, I really want to listen to everybody. So always remember to try to push yourself to be a better listener. After all, a careless and easy talker always is looking for a good listener. And listening does a couple different positive things for us. First of all, it's one of the best ways to make friends. If you're ever in a situation, perhaps it's a dinner party, and you don't really know so many people there, it's one of the best ways to make friends and have people remember you in a positive way. It's just to be a really good listener and asking questions politely and also encouraging the other person to speak. If people are able to talk about what they like and we also act like we are really interested, it is one of the best ways to show that, hey, we really care about you. This is a fantastic compliment. It also really encourages the other person to want to show themselves a little bit more. And that's a great way to end up making friends. Listening also makes people feel really important. Another thing it does is that it's actually contagious. If you go out and listen to someone really good today, most likely later on that day, that person's going to go out and be a good listener for somebody else. So hopefully it can just spread in that way. Everyone wants to always have a good listener around them. There's some different points to remember when we are trying to be a really good listener. Number one is allow the speaker to talk. And the second one that blends in here is do not interrupt the speaker. I know if you're ever sitting at work and you have maybe a speaker up there and it might get a little bit boring, you know who you are. If you're having a pen and clicking it all the time, you might not realize that you're doing that, but it is so annoying to the speaker. Another thing, if people are scratching their head, it looks like the person's asking a question. That's also another way to interrupt a speaker. So please try to be quiet and calm and really give a full attention to that person speaking. If we think about it, nowadays it's so easily, for example, here we are on YouTube and I'm talking to you while you're somewhere else through your phone or your iPad or your computer, but you know what, when we're all together in the same room, this is really special nowadays that actually we're physically there. So when that happens, I can highly recommend to, put everything away and give all your attention to this person, because it's so easy to go into a virtual room and even have a class or a meeting nowadays. Being physically together is something really important, and we should put more attention on that. When you're listening, always ask questions politely. If you're trying to be a person to be a little bit more social, then while you are listening to this person, try to think of some questions to keep this person continually speaking about their story. It's a good way to press yourself to continue to have a conversation, especially if you're a little bit shy. And in the restaurant business, we need to really work on not being so shy. Of course, we need to be very outgoing and get a fast connection with those guests, because that's the easiest way to give a better service, to have them take the things we offer, to be selling, and to have them keep a memory so they end up actually leaving and wanting to come back or end up telling their friends. Be understanding and also show respect. Another one is to do not make attempt to change the subject, and some of us need a lot of help on this. For example, maybe your friend just got back from their vacation in Mexico and they called you up and say, hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Do you want to meet me at the cafe for a cup of coffee? And you're thinking, hey, great idea. I really miss this person. I'd like to meet them for a cup of coffee. But when you get there, little did you know that behind their little mind, they wanted to tell somebody all about their trip to Mexico. So as they're telling you about the trip to Mexico, all of a sudden it reminds you about your trip to Jamaica. and you were also on the beach, and you were also playing tennis, and now you're getting excited in your brain, and because you want to tell your story about Jamaica, and they're talking about Mexico, blah, 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 and actually what's happening at that point is we're not even listening to our friend's Mexico story. And we just can't wait till they shut up so we can talk about our Jamaica vacation. So you know what, next time that happens, where your friend or whoever you're talking to sparks a little, oh, I want to tell you about this. You know what, a good hint is maybe cross your fingers, you can have a pen or paper, just make a little X down to remind you what you would like to talk about when your friend is done talking about their subject. So be understanding, and trying not to make an attempt to change the topic is another great way to become a really good listener. Another way to be a great listener is, of course, to just pay attention. I know that your parents, when you were probably younger, said, pay attention, pay attention. But you know what? It's right. We should actually be paying attention to the person that's speaking. Again, it creates just, oh, I really care about you. I'm giving you a compliment. I'm really, really interested. A fantastic compliment to this person. And please do not distract the speaker in any way. Always listen with an open mind, keeping your preconceived notions on the side. I think this works great if you maybe have a family dinner of some sort, and there's one of the guests coming and everyone's like, oh no, they're coming. You know what, maybe you personally really don't know that person so well. You just heard from other people that that person is not the most exciting. You know what, maybe you should give this person a chance with a totally blank slate and think, when they come in this time, I'm really going to listen to them. I'm going to find out who this person really is and give them a new chance in my book. Maybe I will actually really like this person, instead of just listening to what people told you about this person. And the last one is listen to the emotions as well. They can listen to the emotions, but you know what? That's the same as body language. And the more and more we're in the restaurant business, and the more that we're surrounded by more people, the better we become at reading other people's body language. Just think about when you're working in the restaurant and all of a sudden you see a guest kind of walking around like this. Hey, maybe they're looking for the bathroom. Or maybe they're looking for something that you see people walking in your restaurant looking like that. Already you're starting to learn some different listening to the emotions and reading some different body languages. I think it's one of the best things to have in our pockets these days is to have some fantastic social skills, and most of that is just having some fantastic listening skills. Remember, listening can improve your service in your restaurant, it can improve the service that you give, it can make you a better person to your friends, to your family, and out there outside the restaurant. So I hope you give some of these tips a chance. If some of them are new for you, hey, put them in your pocket. Give it a try this week. And if you like this video, please press like and subscribe. Hey, even ring the little bell so you get a notification every time I come out with a new video on Waiters Weekend, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful week. Practice your listening skills and have an amazing day. I'm Ginny May, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and thank you so much for watching my video. If you would like more tips and tricks on service, how to up your service game, click here. And please subscribe by pressing my face right here. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you get a new video notification every Waiters Weekend. Follow me on Instagram and